Good morning, geeks and gamers. I promise, without a shadow of a doubt, this episode will be a lot less gay than last night's Cobra Cast. I promise. Ryan has guaranteed it. I don't know if you saw, but I did a reaction to Tucker Carlson's latest video on
Yeah.
Twitter, and let's just say it was a pretty gay episode of Cobra Cast. But we are here for Geeks and Gamers Daily now. And we are going to get further into the Rotten Tomatoes nonsense going on. Hi, Ryan. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand why everyone's so upset at Tucker for just revealing that the left should be even more proud of Barack Obama than they were. First black president, first gay president. I mean, like, if you think there's something wrong or embarrassing about that, maybe you're just a homophobe. I don't know. Right? I think that's what the narrative should be. But yes, Rotten Tomatoes, we've known for a long time that there's a lot of shady shit going on at Rotten Tomatoes. They straight up admitted with the Captain Marvel stuff, removing reviews. But now, and we've known that what studios do, whether it's access, all these things incentivize people to review their shit well. Now we've got an actual report about studios paying PR firms for good Rotten Tomatoes scores. So strange.
Yeah, it's not like we've been talking about this for years or anything, says a lot about the Last Jedi reviews, doesn't it? And I can't wait to get further into that story. There's a lot going on with Disney these days.
Bro, it's like every week there's a major story, but it seems like every day there's something.
Yes.
And that's what happens when every aspect of your business is failing. That's what happens when your stock hits a decade low. That's what happens when every other week you're getting served with another lawsuit from investors saying you lied about this, you lied about that. There's this massive report from CNBC about all the insanity that went on between Bob Iger and Bob Chapek, down to Bob Iger not wanting to give up his office because he liked that it had a private shower. So Bob Chapek moved into a smaller office on the same floor when he became CEO. Like crazy shit like that.
And it kind of goes back into the whole like Bob Iger was always kind of pulling strings, you know what I mean?
He never really left, right? He stayed on as chairman and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, clearly this is a guy who wanted to not take all that hit during COVID, knew the theme parks would close down, and wanted to be seen as the guy to ride in like fucking Gandalf and save the day. But it
didn't really work out. Didn't work out in his favor, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, man, what a shit show Disney has become right now. And I guess we're going to talk more about these Apple rumors, all that story too. I don't know, man. This time next year, Disney could be a completely different company in every way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I hope I don't know if I hope that Apple buys them. I don't even know that. I don't even know if I want that to happen. I don't know what that looks like.
You don't know if you want to get bailed out like that?
Yeah, I don't know if I want that to happen because I don't know. I think that they need to suffer, and I don't want to see them recover. I think at some point, if it keeps getting worse and worse, they will get bought out for sure. I think there's just a no-brainer. There's too much value there. But
I don't. Here's the thing: they're too big. They're too big of a fucking company. Bob Iger, for the last decade and a half, has just bought shit and bought shit and bought shit, accumulated all these different things, and because there's such a unique and massive company, whether it comes to all the theme parks, the international theme parks, all their linear TV channels, multiple streaming services. I think in all likelihood, what happens is we see a chunk of the company get sold off. I think we see like their linear TV and Hulu as a package deal that gets sold off. So then like whoever buys that has those rights to whatever those linear TVs, they'll work out some type of partnership in terms of, what content they're going to put on their stuff like that. That's something that makes more sense to me for them to try to get this massive influx of cash. And we're going to talk about the Hulu thing in a second as well. But I just don't see any company that wants to take over Disney wholesale and put themselves in that type of mess, because Apple is a tech company. That's what they are. Now, Amazon's got a shit ton of money. I could see Amazon just wondering to get into whatever, but I don't know. And then you're going to have to deal with, will any government entity allow a massive company like that to merge with Disney or take over Disney effectively?
Yeah, it is a complete and total disaster right now. So we'll see how it all plays out. Thank you guys for being here. Yellow Flashes. I finished Netflix One Piece, 9 out of 10 show of the year. I finished episode 6 last night, so I think I have 2 episodes left now. I agree completely based on where I'm at with 6 episodes in, 6 out of 8 episodes. I love it. I think it's fantastic. Now you know the anime and probably the manga Flash, and obviously I don't. So you got a knowledgeable fan here, and then you've got a normie here and me, and both are saying that it's fantastic. I think it's excellent. I am loving every single second of it. So good stuff. I'm glad you like it, Flash. But we hate everything, guys. We hate everything. Hate everything, Ryan.
I do.
Well, you hate everything.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't.
Who are you talking to? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, but you do. Hang on just a minute. He says no. Oh, you've never watched it either? Oh, he's never. I thought you're an anime person though. So you've never watched One Piece?
Thought he was one of
Okay.
those degenerates.
Well, he is. And there's nothing wrong with that, Ryan. Please be a little more respectful to our audience, Ryan. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay. They get really upset when you talk negatively about anime, considering you are the anime expert. Send all recommendations of anime via super chat to Ryan Kennel here on the Geeks and Gamers Daily Show. He really appreciates that.
Yep, love it.
Never got into it. Yeah, so I was like I was telling everybody, I had no idea One Piece was like as big as Dragon Ball. It's massive. It's crazy. Apparently, that is very shocking to me. Tomac for 20. I guess I need to clarify my super chat from last night. The Ghost Club was telling me you would not get it. So I DM'd you another game code on Twitter. God Emperor Trump be praised. Thank you, Tomac. I appreciate you. And I appreciate that 50 last night. So I will check my DMs, man. And I appreciate you always hooking me up. Alec Baldwin's finger. I want Disney to I want Disney parted out like a stolen Pontiac. Yeah, that would probably be the best case scenario, just to have them completely dismantled.
But the other problem is like, say you want to split up all these things. Disney is a company which feeds on itself. It's this cyclical like cycle where, hey, we have IPs that people care about. We make rides or theme parks that are based off these said IPs that people love and that people go look at. People go to the theme parks, so to remove, say if Disney wants you want to break it up, I'll buy the theme park stuff, I'll buy the streaming service. You still have to have some way of connecting those things in order to maintain the theming of your theme parks.
Yep, that's true. And that's the thing is, like, that was the thing with Bob Iger. Bob Iger had said negative things about how Disney didn't have like he said, like, this is years ago, and a lot of Disney fans like really got mad at him because he basically dismissed Mount Expedition Everest because it wasn't based on a pre-existing property. And he basically dismissed any of attractions that were not based on pre-existing properties in the theme parks, because he was like, we need something that adds value to the company beyond just, like people coming and riding a ride. We need to add, it needs to be something based on a property we can make merchandise off of, and we can release a show or a movie. And I mean, Expedition Everest is one of the most popular rides at Disney World. It's a great ride, but that's his mindset. CJ says, I missed the anime discussion. Ryan, you would love anime. There's no race swaps, no gender identity, nor leftist politics. Just good entertainment. Try Cowboy Bebop, the anime, not live action. There, Ryan. That's all you got to do, Ryan. Just watch a little bit of anime. You'll be happy.
I've seen the opening theme to Cowboy Bebop. Look cool.
See? He's close. He's close to becoming a weeb.
It's like a jazz opening, I think, if I remember right.
He's close to becoming a weeb, everybody. He's on track. Next thing you know, Ryan will be talking all about anime.
The only thing I really know about that Cowboy Bebop thing is that slut who was in the live action one who is like, we needed to change her outfit so it wasn't so revealing. And actually, she has like it's this movie where she's just twerking in lingerie or whatever. That whore. That's all I remember about Cowboy Bebop.
Oh man. All right, Ryan, what's our first topic of the day?
Well, let's talk about Rotten Tomatoes a little bit. I think that's the appropriate place to start with Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to share my screen for this because we will need some audio at the end. So here we go. Is that Brie Larson? What the heck? That was weird. Anyway,
You see her everywhere, don't you?
Everywhere I go. I now I need to find it.
Was it her?
Does it look like her?
That does. That is her.
I don't know what that's from.
That is her. I think.
I mean, it looks like her. Anyway, let's. God, this
Ryan lost
picture.
Ryan lost all track.
Well, I just didn't. I've never seen this. It's not like if it was a Captain Marvel thing, it wouldn't throw me off. I don't know what that's from though. That's the thing that's driving me crazy. For a long time, Rotten Tomatoes, as flawed as it is, has been a place that people go, whether it's to leave their review of a movie, to see what other people are saying, to see what the critics are saying, to see what the audience is saying, and of course, sometimes to see the wide gaps between the critics and the audience opinions. And for a long time, we've known it's kind of bullshit. We saw what they did in the lead up to Captain Marvel, forever changing the way their website works, switching to these verified reviews, yet still somehow often have these bot-like reviews when it's in favor of the studios. And now we're getting confirmation of something that we've known for a long time. These studios very intentionally manipulate Rotten Tomatoes scores. This was the report that was all over the news yesterday. They had most people saying, yeah, we figured. A PR firm has been manipulating Rotten Tomatoes movie scores for over 5 years by paying critics directly. Now, this is all an expose about one very specific movie that happened to star Daisy Ridley that wasn't a Star Wars movie. But the story goes, it was getting poor reviews of like a 43, 46%. And the studio reached out to a PR company that then paid critics money for positive reviews. And if they watched the movie and didn't like it, they were told to post those negative reviews. If you couldn't lie, right, then you post your negative reviews on a site that's not associated with Rotten Tomatoes to help out the score. And maybe the saddest part about this is they were only paid $50 fucking dollars.
Ooh.
$50 for these low-tier Rotten Tomatoes critics to sell their soul to these studios. I guess it's not really a surprise, is it, Jeremy?
Wow. This is not a surprise at all. I have been following Rotten Tomatoes for a long time, long before I started, kind of being known on the internet through YouTube or anything like that. And there was definitely a major shift within how Rotten Tomatoes was judging movies 2016 on versus what they were doing before. And of course, Rotten Tomatoes is just an aggregate, but it's about the coverage of movies and how everything shifted. It's why Collider had their rise and then their fall. It's why the Schmoes Know and all of that, all of those old legacy movie review YouTube channels, they all had their rise and then their fall after 2016 because it became political activism. And of course, this is why we've seen so many films that have the diversity, inclusion, representation bullshit, because they're trying to push their agendas and things like that. We've seen so many wide gaps in what critics think of a movie versus what the actual fans think of movies. And yeah, this is only just proving us right. We've been saying this for years. We were called conspiracy theorists. We were saying, oh, they're just pushing things for hate, for clickbait, yada, yada, yada. You can't deny that this is happening now. You can't deny it. So you can continue to move the goalposts like the crowd that hates us always does. But this is the reality of what's going on. And we were calling it out long before this report came out.
Well, and the first thing I thought of when this came out is, they don't even need to be paid. A lot of these people will do it just for access. And it reminded me of this clip from Data Racer. Yep. This is back from March 7th of 2019. right? Rotten Tomatoes critics admits they give fake positive reviews to maintain access.
Everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to, look the other way a little bit. Everybody has to do it.
Wait, returning what? Like a movie
in
that's
the sense
bad,
that,
or...
I hated a movie, but I won't say that I hated the movie, or an actor behaved a sort of way and you don't want to, put it out there that happened.
Right, because you might not get the next review,
Right.
next
So
gig.
to some
Okay.
degree, everybody in our industry that is a part of this quote unquote access media has to sort of decide which battles they want to pick.
There you go. And that is, again, whether your cost is $50 or whether your cost is maintaining access. So every time a DC movie comes out, you say, this is just the most incredible thing of all time, or a Marvel movie, or whatever. It's the same shit. That's why you see the same people that get invited to these things, the same people with the over-the-top reaction about how amazing everything is. It's so they can keep their access, which honestly, to them is a lot more valuable than $50 like it is for some of these critics. But all this does is show that everything that we've been saying for a long time is true. And unfortunately, all these systems are flawed. IMDb is flawed. That's controlled and that's manipulated. Reviews are removed from that if they think they're being too mean or pile on or whatever. Metacritic, you've got the same problems there. All we can use is what we have, unfortunately. But this is just going to show that a lot of that is just corrupt as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. And wasn't there another clip of Kyle Newman, is that his name? Talking about The Last Jedi and how, because I believe he's the director of Fanboys. And I think Data Racer posted that one as well, where basically he said that he knows a lot of people that hated The Last Jedi, but because they wanted to keep their access, they gave it a good review or something like that. I could have swore I saw Data Racer post that yesterday or a couple days ago as well. But that's the director of Fanboys, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, this was from, this is from a long time ago.
It is.
I think this is the one you're talking about. Let me check. Here. This one from 2018.
Yes.
Yeah, here we go.
Last Jedi, I honestly, I don't know anybody out here, maybe two people in my life, and hundreds of people I've talked to that like the movie. All the filmmakers I know that won't talk about it publicly. All the people I know internally, there's all these people that won't, even journalists that gave it positive reviews are like, I do that because I need to maintain my access. Like, privately, there's a lot of people that really don't like that film.
The thing about it too, though.
So you're saying the ones who gave it good reviews really are phony reviews?
But the other thing too is just the fact that,
100%,
it should be.
I can't name them, but yes. No, well, of course.
That was on a Rebel Force Radio podcast there from 5 years ago. Shout out to Rebel Force Radio.
Hell yeah. And so this has been going on for a while, and this is exactly what we've been saying. So it's not a surprise at all. The weirdos out there that are going to defend Rotten Tomatoes and lick the Disney boot are still going to defend them. They're not going to pay attention to this story. Their heads will continue to remain in the sand. I wonder if other film critics that cover every single movie or piece of movie news in the industry, except for Sound of Freedom dominating at the box office, I wonder if they're going to cover this story. I wonder if they're going to talk about this. That will be interesting to see if they will acknowledge this story, because we know there's a lot of them, even in the YouTube world, that are doing this exact thing right now. So time will tell, but it's damn funny to watch it all play out.
Yeah, I just shows everything we've been saying for a while is absolutely true.
Yep, 100%.
All right, Chris Cram for 5. Ryan, how was Fazoli's yesterday? They gave you plenty of breadsticks, I hope. I didn't go to Fazoli's. I know there's another one that opened in the Orlando area because Chris told me, but I haven't gone. I've been trying to eat relatively clean lately.
I think you heard about it, but have you seen the new song? I told you there was a new song, right?
I haven't seen anything.
Jonathan Chesser has a new song. I'm going to show you today before the stream ends. That super chat reminded me of it. We played it. We played it on main event because after you left main event, Jonathan's like, I got a new song. So we will play it.
Bro, I'm getting one of those like bad internet signal. I don't know if I'm coming in fuzzy or anything, but hopefully I'm okay.
You were a few minutes ago, but not in the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Jesus Rosada, member for a month, just a corn emoji. Thank you. Blake Barrett for 2. Everything woke turns to shit. Blake. Let's see. KCW for 199. Heard Beardo left a hot cock on a plane. High tea. Thanks. Downey Will Smith. Look at this profile picture. Downey Will Smith. Keep my wife name out your mouth.
What the fuck, dude?
Thank you.
Oh man.
KCW Leighton Dan Vask. Thank you. Atomic Patriot for $2. Y'all hear the controversy with Az and Starfield?
Mm-mm.
I haven't heard shit. What's going on
Haven't
with
heard
Az?
anything. What's going on with that, man? What's going on?
Might have to look into that.
Yeah, is Az still like on YouTube? I haven't heard about him making any content lately, so that's crazy. Guess what? Sometimes the algorithm giveth, sometimes it taketh away. So I haven't seen anything from Az.
Lord of the Reeve for $10. Hail GNG, hail the Snake Pit in the 199. Share a meme in the Snake Pit and tagged you. Can you please show Ryan?
Let me see if I can find it.
I gobble till I wobble. Gifts a membership. Thank you. Island Girl, member for 3 months. Jeremy, please play Wrong Order for Ryan. That's the one?
That's the one right there.
I haven't watched it yet, so I've heard about it, though. Steven Wasick for 10. Captain Marvel and Woman King were both indications that chicanery was afoot. Critics cannot be trusted anymore, and YouTubers like Drinker and Film Thread are more important than ever. You guys too. Thank you, Steven. What were you gonna say?
No, I found it. Here's what they're talking about. Or Lord of the Ree right here. There's Ryan hanging out. I didn't know you were there.
Don't tell anybody.
He's just standing there. Oh God. He's just standing there. I love it. Good stuff.
Thanks. Jens Jurgensen, member for 23 months for 199. Thank you, Jens. Ellie Reen, member for 4 months. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite anime of all time. It has such a great story. Ed and Al are great protagonists, and it respects the manga. There you go. Full Metal Alchemist came out in like the 90s or something on Cartoon Network, right? TK Magic Shop for 5 as a stormtrooper for Lucasfilm Disney from 2018 to 2020. My channel's new, but 10,000 times better than anything they put out. Hey, shout out.
Hell yeah.
A stormtrooper. That's interesting. Eating ass, member for 5 months. Hail 199. Last night, Steph would have made you proud, Ryan.
That is true.
Not sure what that means, but awesome.
Steph didn't censor a certain word in the super chat from locals.
She just said it?
A Melanie Mac word.
Oh, like while reading it?
Yes.
That'll get you. Lil Rash for 5. Are you aware of these reports that if you select they, them pronouns in Starfield, but a female body type, loads of characters misgender you?
Say that again?
Are you aware of these reports that if you select they, them pronouns in Starfield, but a female body type, loads of characters misgender you? I'm not aware. There's a lot, to be honest, there's a lot of like bullshit stuff coming out about Starfield now that it's in like the cycle and like a fake screenshot will go around and like, so I don't know. I haven't heard that necessarily. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's only going to get worse. Everything with Starfield. If you guys did, and I forgot to tell you all this yesterday. I'm sure most of you already seen it, but after this stream is over, please go check out the kind of the full context video that I uploaded here, talking about showing the kind of the path that led Az to his rant. Shout out to Hayden for helping put all that together on CobraCast, and so we uploaded the whole thing. To kind of show that it wasn't just like Az seeing the pronouns and then just going on the rant. There was a lot of context to it. Now we have it. So there you go.
Conan the Brobarian, member for 4 months. Crom 199. Trump 2024. P.S. Starfield is trash. Epstein didn't kill himself and Michelle's a dude. Thank you.
Got it all covered right there.
Me, member for 2 months. Play it now. Sir Hatford 2, Ryan Kendall, please live review Tokyo Mew Mew. That sounds so fucking stupid.
I like anime. I like anime. Watching the One Piece live action and loving it has made me want to, number one, get more into the anime One Piece, but also just anime in general. Almost everything I've watched, I've enjoyed. Been a couple things that I was like, whatever. But almost everything I've watched anime related, I have enjoyed so much. I've enjoyed it. So, like Attack on Titan, the first couple of seasons of Attack on Titan are awesome. I think Ryan would like it. I've been kind of like, the more that the story gets revealed, the more you find out, the less interest I have in it. But the
J.J. Abrams mystery box.
I mean, I think I'm in the minority on this. I think most people are like 100% invested. I think I'm definitely in the minority. Based on what I've heard, I think people are way into it. But I the first few seasons when there was mystery elements, and I'm like, wow, what is going on? And then the more they reveal, I'm like, this is all way too tied together. It's just, But that's just me. But I think most people love what they're getting out of it.
Matthew Reeves for 5. Yeah, Ryan, you need to learn to respect our anime degeneracy. One Piece is goated. Nice. Adam Magnus, member for 2 months, says, yo, what's up? Real Sean Mack with 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you.
Nagardnall for 5. Ryan, watch My Life as Unukai-san's Dog Uncensored. Best titties in anime.
Ryan looks thrilled.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you are kind of you're getting fuzzy. It's fine. It's fine.
It's just my brain on anime. KCW for 199. Saint Splooge President AI equals best anime Obama. Bionic Sasquatch, welcome to the 199. Lord of the Reef for 5. That was supposed to be an exclamation point after 199, not a question mark. My bad, y'all.
No worries, brother. How you doing today?
Matthew Reeves for $2. LOL, I forgot about the CB chick doing that. I don't know what we're talking about now. Schrodinger's cat for 5. Right now, Disney's offering, yes, I did see this. Right now, Disney's offering Disney Plus Basic for $199 a month for 3 months. Wait, $199? Yeah, they are, dude. They're $199 a month.
That is awful.
It's for the ad-based tier, I believe. And it's like $199 for 3 months. And then it ups to $799 after. But they are so fucking desperate to get people to watch right now. Let's talk about Disney real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about Disney real quick. Man, this stock, it's gonna go under 80 soon. Like there's no fucking doubt.
And again, this is what we've been telling you guys. The more you push this BS, the more people are going to just abandon ship. Families, normal everyday people, they're tired of this crap.
Yeah, so take a look at this. Oh man, it's almost there. We might see it in live time, to be honest. $80.12. This thing might actually dip below 80 as we're watching today. But regardless, over the past several years, we have seen the absolute collapse of Disney, whether we're talking about the box office, whether we're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars lost on streaming each and every quarter, whether you're talking about lawsuits coming in from every direction about them lying to people about their streaming service, or of course, the fact that their parks are continuing to struggle with attendance. And you've all seen that reflected in Disney stock. Over the past couple years, it's down about 60%. Right now, as we speak, it's nearing a decade low for Disney. And all of that has resulted in some very interesting rumors coming out from Disney, including, once again, this. We've heard this for a long time. Bob Iger, the Apple connection, all this stuff. Disney executives believe Bob Iger's end goal is to sell Disney to Apple. And this is not just coming from inside the magic. Otherwise, I wouldn't believe it at all. But it's actually coming from CNBC and a long article where they talk to about 24 past and current Disney executives, which detail all the chaos and all the ridiculousness that went on during the Bob Iger, Bob Chapek tenure, including reports that Disney's Bob Iger kept Bob Chapek from taking his office with a private shower when he took over as CEO. The office Iger kept featured a private bathroom with a shower and vanity, and he didn't want to give that up because Bob Iger was really in control.
What did I say? What did I say? Bob Iger was always in charge of this. I said it. I said it from the day that it happened. I was like, Bob Iger is stepping back so he won't be publicly held responsible for what's about to happen. This dude was always there pulling the strings. The fact that Bob Iger had the disrespect level to do that to Bob Chapek just shows that everything I said was 100% on point with that. Bob Chapek was just a front man. He was just a person to put out there. Bob Iger was always pulling the strings. He was having the meetings. He was making the decisions. That is 100%. I believe that 100%. 100%.
And here to me is the most interesting part of the entire story. A lot of it's just like drama behind the scenes stuff that we've heard whispers about, rumors about, stuff like that. This was interesting. Divesting assets may also make Disney easier to sell. More than a dozen past and present Disney executives said privately they believe Iger's desired endgame is to stay as CEO for as long as possible, then sell the company to Apple. Iger's ties with the tech giant date back to his close personal relationship with co-founder Steve Jobs, but it's less clear that regulators would allow a deal or that Apple, which has never acquired any company of significance, would even want to buy Disney. But the fact that you have over a dozen people who either are there now or were at Disney think that's what Bob Iger wants to do is pretty telling. It's not just a random rumor that somebody made up in their heads. Hey, this company's got enough money to do it. Maybe that could happen. These are executives that are claiming this.
Yeah. No, this is a huge, like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I buy that they'll just sell certain aspects of it off. I think Apple will just buy the whole damn thing. The whole damn thing. I know it's a lot. Like you said, it's 100% true. This is a mega company that is with all these moving parts. You know what I mean? The theme park business is a whole different animal, but I would think they'd just buy the whole thing if this is going to happen.
Well, that's what you're buying a company it's fucking failing right now. This company is failing right now, and this is an indication that people don't have any hope that it will turn around anytime soon, right? The target price for Disney has been slashed. People thought it was targeted around 143. People thought that, hey, if things turn around the next few years, it can get back up to about 143. That's where we expect it to be in a couple of years. That's been slashed to a little over $100 now because people don't think it's going to rebound. That's a big task when it's a company that you're not familiar with theme parks. You don't know any of this shit. You're not involved with any of this stuff if you're Apple. So it's not like you're acquiring them and then going to institute all these things that to make it successful. It would be a brand new thing for them to get into. But there is another piece to this puzzle for Disney, and one of the reasons... Go ahead.
Ryan, I don't know if I want you to click off the screen. Just watching it dip and it'll bounce back up for a second and it'll dip again. I want to keep watching it to see. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. It might get under 80. I guess we'll see. But one interesting thing is that we found out yesterday, the Comcast CEO made some statements. And for a long time, there has been this $9 billion hammer that has been ready to fall on Disney. With all this stuff going on, they are still committed to having to buy the rest of Hulu, which that deal that was made all the way back in 2019 specified that the valuation of Hulu would be at a minimum $27.5 million when they made that purchase. Disney bought 2/3 of it with the promise that come January of 2024, they would buy the last third, which at a minimum would be about $9.16 billion. Well, that is very quickly approaching. They moved the date up to September 30th for this to happen. And then it's all going to be determined what is the value, because in the last 5 years, the price of Hulu's probably gone up. So you're talking, if this gets valued at $36 billion, $40 billion, Disney's going to have to pay $12, $13 billion for that last third to acquire it to Comcast. So this is a company that already is having problems with their cash flow, is losing money. They lost money last quarter as a company. Now they're about to come and face the reality of a $10 billion price that they're going to be forced to pay to acquire the rest of Hulu, which is massive.
Yeah, this is a complicated web that they have right now. And Gremlin just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Holy crap, Gremlin. Walking in the door, dropping a bomb. Shout out, Gremlin. 50 gifties. Holy crap. And the chat is thanking you. The chat always gets excited when that happens. So thank you so much, Gremlin. Appreciate you as always. Man, you guys, so generous. It really is amazing. There's just so much. Alec Ball's Fingers says Disney parting out is better for us. And is me on copium. I don't trust Apple or Amazon to make good content. I actually agree with that overall. I'm not saying like what I would, I'm just saying what I foresee. Like personally, I would rather Disney get parted out. You know what I mean? That's what I would rather see. Because
What does that
again,
mean to you, though?
So, well, what that means is that it gives different. It's like anything else. It's almost like if they're now whether what parted out means. Are you asking me what it means in terms of content, or does
I'm
that mean
asking-
specifically
I'm asking,
Marvel,
when you-
Lucasfilm, all of that?
Yes,
So,
when you say parted
right,
out, do you
right.
mean selling off IPs? Do
I
you
would
mean selling off
yes.
channels? Do you mean selling off streaming services, parks? Like what do you,
Personally, I would rather them sell off IPs. I don't think that's more realistic. I think what's more realistic is selling off content in general, you know, overall, like as a package deal, not selling Marvel or Lucasfilm or Pixar, which is what I would personally want, you know, for them to just sell different IPs to get these IPs out of the control of the mouse and into different parties to have different creative visions involved with it. That's what I would more rather see, but I don't think that's realistic. I don't see them selling Lucasfilm specifically or Marvel specifically or anything like that. That's why I say my gut feeling is if they're going to sell, the whole thing is just going to sell overall.
Yeah, and that's
But
why
I
it's
think
such a
what you
complicated.
think is more realistic is you think that it's more about just content in general, you know, like rights and saying, oh, we'll give you the rights to this, but you have to, you know, produce X, Y, and Z in order to keep the rights. I think that's what you think is more realistic, correct?
I think so. I think the idea of, because Bob Iger's literally already talked about this, about finding people to buy their linear networks.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like ABC, Freeform, FX, like all these cable TV channels. And he's also talked about finding a partner for ESPN and stuff like this. So I think that's what they're looking for. I don't think that they sell IPs, because even as much damage that's been done to Star Wars or Marvel or whatever, those things, there's a lot of upside to that.
Long-term upside.
There's a lot of long-term upside, even if we hate what they're making right now. Even just to be honest with you, even just owning the rights to the original Star Wars movies and all merchandising rights for all that shit,
massive
like,
value.
I just can't see them selling Lucasfilm. I just
Mhm.
can't see it happening.
Yeah.
But in terms of the other thing that makes it complicated, though, is if you start to do these things, you do have to work out licensing agreements. Because the characters, the IPs that you have are so important to what you do in your core business, which is the theme parks, that there has to be, if you were to do that, it has to be some sort of licensing agreement in perpetuity, like for a long ass time, that makes sense. But it's chaos at Disney, and there's no doubt about that.
It really is. And hey, once again, we were right. Disney is struggling. And I just want everybody to know, because we are talking about Disney, I just want everybody to understand with the graph you're looking at right now. All right. That is not Disney's. That's not a layout for their new roller coaster. That's actually the stock price. Okay. That is actually the stock price right there. And it's continuing to, man, it's bad. It's really bad right now. But I'm
This is a
okay
roller
with that.
coaster.
That is a roller coaster right there. Whew.
Yeah, I mean, like, to put this in perspective, right, where it's at right now, like, we haven't seen it that low since 2014. Right?
Yeah. Dan's in the chat. He says he's going to buy Disney. What are you going to buy with your Brazilian currency? I mean, honestly, he might be able to, considering he gets with the currency over there and how rich he would be. Or I guess by his standard, but you're not buying it Brazilian currency. That's the problem.
This fucking $86, that was the date that like COVID happened. This dip. That's when COVID happened and everyone realized everything was shutting down. Theaters were shutting down, theme parks were shutting down, and like a lot of stock. Disney crashed though, right? And then they convinced everybody about their pyramid Disney Plus scheme, and their stock price fucking rocketed. And now it's come crashing back down. This is just fucking pathetic.
And it's closing in. It's down to 0.06 now. What was it when you first clicked on this? Oh, it's down to 0.05.
Yeah.
What was it? Was it 12? 0.12?
Something like that. Like it was like $80.20, 10 cents, 12. Who fucking knows? We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Phantom Feet, member for 6 months. Hulu is second to Netflix, which is valued around $200 billion. Yeah, that's the thing. And obviously, the Comcast CEO is going to say whatever he can about like to raise the price, right? And to convince people it's worth more than the $27.5 billion they agreed to at a minimum. And I think it is, but the question is, who will agree? Disco Cobra for 20. Anyone got recommendations for anime I could watch? Been a while for me. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z way back. How long has Dragon Ball been going on? Feels like I've missed a lot since I've watched. Is Dragon Ball still good?
That's a question.
I'd have to say no, in my opinion.
Like Ryan knows. I watched Dragon Ball Superhero, and I liked it a lot. I thought it was great. But I can't speak overall to how Dragon Ball is perceived. The chat will have a lot of recommendations for you, though. A lot. But I would say watch the live action at One Piece because it is phenomenal.
Orozco on Rumble for $1 says Bree feet. Thank you.
Oh, no,
Nutty Pirate for one on Rumble says hail, hashtag no feet, booty instead. Thank you. St. Bowser's a monthly supporter over on Rumble. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. J Slide for $20. My mom just landed in Florida.
Ryan, look.
0.1, 0.01.
Holy crap. We're just watching this like the whole chat's invested in this, man. We are close, ladies and gentlemen. Could we witness this while we are live for Geeks?
Yeah, hey, if anybody's got Disney stock, just sell just to help us out here.
Yeah, let's help the stream. Help the stream. Go ahead.
Let's see. Where the fuck is this? J Slide for 20. My mom just landed in Florida going to dog sit my cousin in the military. Please keep your damn hurricanes away for 2 weeks. There's a massive one developing. I think it's gonna like.
It probably will, but it could. I mean, it could blast. It could blast.
That thing looks fucking huge, dude.
Yeah, that thing's pretty damn scary. The one that's out there developing right now, and that one could be a beast. So that one's something to pay attention to for
sure.
Boom!
$79.92 under $80. Disney stock under $80. Holy shit.
Damn. Look at that. Live reaction.
Oh.
Dang. Yeah, man, I'm so sad. Oh, it's back up now.
That's
holy
wild.
Crap. To celebrate, Alec Baldwin's finger just dropped 50 gifted memberships. Holy crap. Alec Baldwin's finger don't miss. He don't miss. The celebration and the party. The chat is moving insanely fast right now. Holy crap. The celebration now, man. Look at there. Man, we got 2 monthly supporters just now over on Rumble. Look at that. Fopeasy becomes a monthly member. St. Bowser becomes a monthly supporter on Rumble. Thank you, guys. And again, dude, it doesn't like we're over 60,000 followers now on Rumble.
That's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. Appreciate you guys.
That is wild. Let's see what we got here. Kita for $10 tried to super chat about a day ago and screwed it up. If you pick they them pronouns, it ignores you. The voice actors call you he, she based on your body type. Pronouns literally do nothing. That's interesting.
That's not. I saw. There's a lot, and I can't tell if it's modded. I don't know if it's memed. There's a lot that I've seen from Starfield, so I'm just not sure. Look at Dan Vask. Dan Vask just dropped a $79 Brazilian super chat in celebration of Disney stock. Dan's getting ready to buy.
That's about $16. that won't even buy one share.
Thank you, Dan.
Thanks, Dan. What's your first thought for 10? Everyone knows Ryan loves anime. So I have a great story recommendation for you. Black Lagoon. Story of mercenaries from the South China Sea working for the Yakuza and the Russian mob. Cheers, boys.
There we go.
Thank you.
Did you get Tim Southern's $50 super
I'm
chat?
about to read it right here.
All right.
Tim Southern for 50 in an interesting tail wagging the dog. In an interesting tail wagging the dog scenario, the Oriental Land Company, who owns Disney Tokyo, has expressed interest in buying Disney Parks and Experiences division. The Oriental Land Company.
I really want to go over to Disney Tokyo or to the Disneyland. Is it Disneyland? Is that what it's called in Japan or whatever? Disney? Is it a Disneyland? Is that? I don't know what the.
I don't know a lot about shit about Japan. I don't know a lot of shit about theme parks. So
shock.
Not sure.
Gosh, that's such a shock. You seem so passionate about these things, Ryan.
I think it's Disneyland Japan.
Okay.
But
Disney Tokyo, Steph says. Disney Tokyo.
There you go. All right, Steven Wasik for 10. Disney's the final boss in Wolfenstein. The New Order, who defiantly states, "I will never kneel to you after being beaten." And we are the hero telling him, "Fi." Maybe that got cut off. Just F-I.
Look who's here.
Oh, fine. I will gut you standing. There it is. Got the
Ryan, look who's here, Ryan.
Drew, our man Drew Hernandez. Ryan and Jeremy are my favorite black people. I should be president to be the first real black president, unlike Obama on the DL.
Oh man, watching Disney stock crash in real time, watching the chat celebrate, looking at G&G stock going up in real time, and we still have Ryan's new song by Jonathan Chesser, "Wrong Order." We're going to be showing that. Ryan has not seen it.
Nope, not yet. Shadow Saiyan for 199. Ryan, everywhere I go, I see that white tank top. Every Marvel's trailer. Wartooth for 5. So Bob Chapek was like Milton in Office Space, and Bob Iger was Lumberg, telling him to move his desk into a storage closet.
Yes.
Hayden for 2. Hashtag Tomatogate. Callum Lau for 5. That Neil Cuckman video. He's clearly lying when he says he doesn't like Cortana and Quiet from Metal Gear. Also, what are the ratings for Tila's show?
So I showed the clip of Neil Cuck, the same clip that's been, the one where he's talking about male feminist and, what type of heroes are going to be her heroes. Oh, the lisp on Neil Cuckman is painful.
Him and
I don't know
Filoni
what
hang out.
I don't know what the Tila show rating.
That's talking Masters of the Universe. I don't know what the
yeah.
I don't remember what the ratings were for it.
Did that ever get a second season?
I don't know if it came out.
Maybe
it's still in the works. I don't know.
Masters of the Universe, did that get a second season?
I think it didn't. Like, no one watched it, maybe.
Wow, did that really go under the radar? Holy fuck. Nobody watched it if it came out. A lot of
Masters
people
of the Universe Revelation. I think there is a season 2.
Oh my god. Wasn't it split into
so there was a part 1 and a part 2.
Okay, yeah. I know that.
I thought there was supposed to be a follow-up after that, and I haven't heard anything about that yet. So
all that bullshit you talked, Kevin Smith, and nobody wanted to see that shit after you pulled the pulled that nonsense that so many other companies have pulled. Bait and switch.
Chris B for 2. Can't wait for paid fan baiting to be revealed too. Callum Lau for 5. Last on Cuckman, he admitted his goal is to be pretentious. And when asked about the leaks, he said his ego is more important and maybe his fetish. Zenny Biscuit for 5. James Buchanan was the first gay president. Obama's the first gay black president. Is James Buchanan gay?
Don't know. I'm so tired of talking about gay people. God. Dude, the Tucker show last night, that was tough, man. That was tough.
Well, this picture of him kind of looks gay, ain't gonna lie. Was his close friendship with William Rufus King just that, or was it evidence he was the nation's first gay chief executive?
God.
We're talking about like rumors of a guy who is friends with somebody from 175 years ago. That's tough. But to be fair, here, hold on. I'll shift it over here. Yeah, he looks kind of gay. Like if that portrait's accurate, it looks like he smoked some dong. This guy.
Oh man, this is not good. This is not good.
He's popping his collar. Fucking 3-6 Mafia out here. Never knew that.
Oh God.
Callum Lau for 2, and he loves Indiana 5, which of course he does. You know a lot about fucking Neil Cuckman. Jason Platten for 5. If you watch Apple TV, they're just as woke. If they buy Disney, nothing will change. They'll champion the message and parents will stay away. I haven't watched Apple TV. I've heard there's some good stuff on there, but I don't know what their normal shit is like. I have no idea how much stuff they have up.
Yeah, Tetris is the only thing I watched on Apple TV, and it was really good, but I don't know anything about anything else on that platform. By the way, I did buy Sea of Stars, and I really enjoyed I played it for about 20 or 30 minutes just kind of get the feel for it. Really enjoying Sea of Stars, the new RPG. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, but I'll play it. I'm going to keep playing it in my spare time, kind of see what I think about it, but it's really fun. It gives you that old 16-bit Super Nintendo vibe. So I'm really enjoying it.
SBZ for 5 got a written warning at work yesterday for making too much noise. I LOL'd too hard thanks to Ryan's Pokemon haiku and music video. Keep it up, guys. Nice. Al Favor for 5. Morning G&G from Tampa. Y'all see the Daily Caller put out an article on Az? Not seen that yet, no. Angry Gamer rants about pronouns.
Brandon Tatum made a video on it. So everybody's talking about it, dude. He's like, I don't know this guy's name. It ain't important anyway. It's relevant. That's how he started it out. He's like, he's like, man, it's this gamer, man. You know, I don't know his name. It ain't relevant. What's relevant is what he said. I was like, damn.
Lord Baratheon for 5. Do you guys see Ahsoka episode 5 is getting a theater release? Yeah, I think you guys talked about that yesterday. I mean, to be fair, they also did screenings of the first episode at Disneyland. Like they're going all out with this thing. They're trying to get the attention, and obviously they got a lot of attention with the spoiler Anakin reveal. But again, this is Twitter, and when you look through, it's like the same. It's like one person will make 30 posts about Ahsoka. You know what I mean? To get all these mentions going. This is the fan base. The fan base for Clone Wars and Rebels is full of a lot of people who do fan cams and have pronouns and bios and are very active on social media. That's just the demographic. And so I'm not surprised that you're seeing some social media tracks. The question is anyone fucking tuning in? And, you know, based on what we saw for the first episode, it certainly didn't seem that way. We'll see if the Anakin thing gives them a bump. The only reason people care about it is because it's Anakin. People don't care about Ahsoka. Like the general public, I should say. The fans really do. Fans of Ahsoka really care. The general Star Wars audience doesn't seem to really care about Ahsoka.
No, and that's what I said yesterday. I said this yesterday that she's never meant to be the most prominent character in the universe. She just never has. She's never meant to be that. They tried to elevate her into something that she's not. She was a good supporting character, and there's nothing wrong with being a supporting character. And now they've completely overstepped it. They've intertwined her in timelines that she has no business being involved in, and they're trying to build the entire fucking universe around her, and it's not going to work. It's just not. Nobody fucking cares. Not to that level.
It's just crazy to me that we're see for one shot of Anakin, who's not actually Anakin, by the way. It's either some sort of manifestation, whether it's like the sun fucking with her, whether it's all in her head because she's having a near-death experience. It's not Anakin. It's not actually him. All right. That we're what, 2.5 years? How long ago was the Luke Skywalker moment in Mando season 2 that people literally just came all over for something that once again was nostalgia bait that made people forget about all the terrible writing and fucking piss poor plot of Mando season 2. And then what happened in the aftermath? They made retarded move after retarded move. They immediately brought Grogu back from him. Luke Skywalker just needs help from Ahsoka on how to train Grogu. It needs her guidance and her wisdom. It completely destroyed anything that they had built, any good momentum they had built with that, mostly because there wasn't really good momentum. It was just a stupid, nostalgia baiting, meaningless fucking scene that some people got worked up over. And you see the same thing right now with the Anakin thing. It's like a year removed from Anakin just being fucking used in Obi-Wan Kenobi in a way to destroy Star Wars. Like,
Yep.
it's shocking to me. It just tells you how hopeful some Star Wars fans really are. You know what I mean? And that this is all that little bit is enough to get people that excited. It's a testament to how passionate Star Wars fans are that they can be kicked in the face and in the balls and be shot in the fucking skull and still keep up and have hope that this thing is going to change.
Well, it is a wonderful world that George Lucas created. We were playing Battlefront last night, and there's just little moments of like certain music themes, just seeing certain characters, and it's like Star Wars is the coolest universe ever. It really is. What George created it's the coolest thing of all time. And it makes it even more frustrating that Disney has mishandled it so badly and hurt it so badly, because there is so much potential. There's so much nostalgia. There's so many iconic moments, characters, themes, and everything. But I'm completely checked out, man. Like, I'm completely gone. I'm done. It's dead to me.
Yeah, I can pretty much guarantee that this next episode is just going to be a fucking member buried filled nostalgia fest that is going to have no impact on any actual plot points moving forward. It's just going to be to try to get you to care about Ahsoka because you care about Anakin. That's what it is. Regardless of how terrible the plot is, it's going to be walking through the world between worlds and looking at, these possibilities and, oh, what would have happened if I would have gone to Mustafar to stop you and like shit like that. That's all this is going to be. And you have a lot of people that are praising it. Where the fuck did we go? Tobias Nexus for 5. I always play a female in games like that. If I'm going to spend hours staring at something, it might as well be a fine ass as I can make. Oh. Jeremy David for 5. The relentless optimistic main character of many animes is notably absent from Western productions.
Mhm.
Cole for 5. My eyes still recovering from last night's Cobra Cast double whammy.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
Matthew Reeves for 2. CB's Cowboy Bebop. Okay.
There
That's
we go.
what that is. Tomac for 20. Well, the chat wants some recommends. So how about Eureka 7? One of my favorite mecha animes. The follow-up of episode 7 AO, some people got, or E7 AO, some people got problems with. Eureka 7. A Marcellus for 2 cents. Video games are getting better with cinematics, music, overall storytelling. Do you think continuing the Star Wars EU in video game format would be better? That way, EU and Disney fans both get the stories they want. No, it's not happening. It's done. It's over. There's no possibility of that. All they're gonna do is like destroy shit and cannibalize it. That's all they want to do. Reckless Neo member for a month. Love what you guys stand for and keep me entertained while delivering for FedEx. Hail the 199.
Hail.
Weird Man Productions gifts a Geeks and Gamers membership. Thank you. Sir Hat for 5. Please live review. I want to make a disgusted face and show me your underwear. I don't know about that.
We are going to do, I know, wrong order. You guys are ready to see wrong order. I'm going to let Ryan catch up.
Jesus Christ, we got a lot of super chats today.
I'm going to let Ryan catch up, and then it's wrong order time.
Japanese demon lord of beer Lucifer for 5. Japan created the first self-proclaimed male feminist, and his was rants. DB for 199. What would Grace Schildolf do for $50? I wouldn't mind finding out. Koraheen for 35. By the way, I'm the anonymous fool that I let Dan Vass know about as his rant. I apologize for nothing. So happy to be part of the shit show. Hail 199.
That's
pretty
awesome.
funny.
That is funny as hell. Dude,
Big
now it's
Raj-
like a meme. You saw the message that Dan sent as, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now it's like a meme. It's like people in my chat, they're like, Jeremy, can I clip this out? Might bring you
get
some heat, though.
Yeah.
It just shows all of you guys have an impact on what's going on. This whole thing. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, somebody sent me something and it led to one crazy thing or whatever. So you guys, chat's the best. Love it.
Big Raj for 5. If anyone who enjoyed live action One Piece wants to get in the anime, their movie recaps of the first few story arcs on Netflix as well. Just Nova for 5. Iger plays with words. He meant he's stepping back to take a dump and just took his time to play gullible. I gobbled till I wobble for 2. Obama watched anime. You know what that means. Yes. Ironcast for 5. Disney's suffering. One Piece is great. What more could I want right now?
Yes.
Bionic Sasquatch for 5. What if BlackRock or the Vanguard group decided to just buy them out? I don't know. Hercules 199. Pixar will sell first, if not the whole company. Tobias Nexus for 5. I'm wondering if there's some contractual obligation that Disney has to make a certain amount of content per year to keep the rights or they go back. No, it's not the case.
Nope. They own it
the
outright.
Yeah. It's not a licensing thing, right? It's not like, hey, we're going to give you the rights to this for 10 or 20 years or whatever. That's not what that is. That Yorkshire geek for 5. Disney should dump Disney Plus and license out their content for lucre. They also should make Disney release specials. Disney releases special again. We'll see what happens. Hayden for 5. Disney only convinced people on Disney Plus because everyone wanted to see The Mandalorian. They didn't have Baby Yoda merch ready. Then Disney Plus fell off. I think a lot of what you're seeing is the result of them doing these like real cheap bundle things. Remember how so many people got Disney Plus for like 3 years free if you were a Verizon customer? You know, like
Yes.
all these different things they did to try to rig the system, game the system to make it look like they were getting more. So their stock price went up. So why investors are now very, very mad at Disney. Order the Reef for 5. Yu Yu Hakusho's the GOAT. Ryan might like Rise of the Shield Hero. Protagonist gets revenge on a fake Me Too accuser, and it's really well made. I've heard good things about that one. The Wolf from Heart for 5. There should be Megatron voice counting down the price. Fall. That's right. Bill Prime Gaming for 5. Hail 199. You guys rock. We will rock you. CJ for 5. I'm tired of these racist hurricanes. If it weren't for them, Blue Beetle would have made $1 billion. No. Drunken Camera Beer for 5. Enjoyed seeing you with Chris and Carl, Ryan. Think you would be good on Carl's show. What are these podcasts? Make it some dumb thoughts show like EFAP for podcast. Yeah, people seem to like that episode. So thank you.
Which one?
I was on with Chrissy and Carl from Who Are These Podcasts.
Yeah. That's right.
The fucking Strike Force 5.
Gotcha.
Last week's. People seem to like that stream. Derek PG Beller for 5. When Disney acquired Fox, I began to really worry they were becoming too big and powerful. The last few years have calmed those worries greatly. Troy News for 5. On April Fool's Day 2019, the Gov did a study for $118,971 on whether Thanos could snap his fingers while wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. Because of what it's made of, right? I assume. Sir Hat for 5. Please review. I couldn't become a hero, so I reluctantly decided to get a job. I don't know what all these recommendations are. Christian Rocker for 5. Hey, Ryan, I really enjoyed you and Barnes on Sports Wars. He's the only person I've seen take control of a conversation with you. Both were great. Well,
Barnes is a wealth
Barnes
of knowledge, but
Robert
Ryan
has
doesn't.
sports
Ryan's
picks.
just a host. Yeah, Ryan's just a host of that one.
Yeah, for that one, I'm more there just to kind of facilitate. Usually there's more people. Rob has a whole team at sportspicks.locals.com where they're way bigger experts on that. We're just kind of the platform, and I'm trying to get the discussion going. But yeah, in terms of his knowledge, especially on college football, it's out of this world.
It really is crazy. It really is.
Quatrina VR for 199. Happy Disney stock below 80 day. Thank you. Saltysaurus Rex for 5. Ryan, can you say give me the meat and give it to me raw? I did. Give me the meat and give it to me raw. Dio Brando for 199. I need the name of the Alex Jones video last stream.
Alex Jones video last stream. Which one? The Cobra Cast? Lost Tales has got that one in our Discord. So if you join the Geeks Gamers Discord, then there's the Snake Pit section within our Discord, and Lost Tales has all that. Lost Tales basically splices a lot of that stuff up and drops it on an external link. If that's the one you're talking about, you can definitely do that.
Crispy Noken for 2. Are you ready for some football? I am.
Can't wait.
Desirius for 5. Jeremy, what do you mean you're tired of talking about gay people? You can't go 2 minutes without talking about yourself.
That's pretty funny. That's good.
Pretty good. Callum for 5. You think the villain of She-Hulk 2 will be MGTOW, or they'll hire actors that look everyone in FNT like Doomcock's mask? Yeah, I know. Only one person ever wears a mask. We'll see what happens for She-Hulk season 2. Old Man Rising for 5. KK remakes American Graffiti with EVs and Vespas replacing hot rods before she exits, making it complete. Joe Reeves for 2. Bible Black anime's great. Lots of badass nuns. Let's see what else we have here. I think we're all caught up.
All right, Ryan, it is time. Jonathan Chesser has a brand new song. Now, this is the guy that did Open the Door that we played on Tuesday night's main event for Jay. And now he has a brand new song, and it's dedicated to the one and only Ryan Kennel. Here we go.
Let's see if they get the wrong order for Ryan. Oh, my God. Hope not. We're getting Fazoli's, baby. They were listening to me. Oh, these. Nope. Now we're getting back on the fucking road after we stop. I just wanted to stop and get Fazoli's. That's all I fucking wanted to do was stop and get Fazoli's because I love Fazoli's. And these stupid fucking pricks. Stupid fucking pricks.
Look at him shred.
When does Ryan draw the line? Let's hear from the 199. When it comes down to school, let's not forget.
They fucking the drive-thru.
Dead in the record straight, but why's it is his fate? His orders never right, no matter if it's day or night. And if you want to see how much he seems to care,
I drive to go to a different McDonald's, but I know they're not going to fuck up my shit there.
give him the meat and give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
If his order gets messed up, it may be the final straw. Give him the meat.
Give me the meat.
And give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
You'll see his drop the range if the wrong order comes along. 5 minutes from his house at the Taco Bell. Ordered at 8:20 and what soon became a fast food hell. Took 45 minutes to get, no excuse cause
Good shit.
instead of being completed, it turns out his order got deleted. And Ryan showed them he's a no-nonsense guy and said,
Tell me which motherfucker deleted my order and why.
and give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
If you
Good.
gets messed up, it may be the final straw. Give him the meat.
Give me the meat.
And give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
You see his drop the range if the wrong order comes
Literally native shit.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
I wouldn't give that to a homeless person. It tastes like dog shit, man. Picks up his iced coffee can and it dumps all out of my seat.
Princess Leia or Padme Amidala?
I'd clap Padme's cheeks in a heartbeat.
Open the door. He's back.
That to do with anything.
Have a nice rack. Get like a lisp or something. Yeah, my teeth are crooked in the back.
We're not gonna have a Taco Bell meltdown.
I do believe we will win. Why does this happen to me?
me the meat.
And give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
And if his order gets messed up, it may be the final straw. Give him the meat.
Give me the meat.
And give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
You see his drop the range if the wrong order comes along.
Give me the meat.
And give it to him raw.
And give it to me raw.
And if his order gets messed up, it may be the final straw. Give him the meat.
Give me the meat.
And give it to me raw.
And give it to me raw.
You see his drop the range if the wrong order comes along. When it comes along, yeah.
Fucking boomerang!
Holy
wild.
shit, man.
Let's see if they get the wrong.
Oh, that was Jonathan.
Wrong
right
order.
here. So Jonathan, he had it updated because he had two of them. So he had two of them. That was the original one. He had an updated one. So I just watched the updated one. So Mods drop a link to his channel. That is amazing. What'd you think, Ryan?
I mean, that was pretty, I had no idea what to expect. I don't know why so much of it was based off one thing of me saying, give me the meat, give it to me raw. I don't even remember where I fucking was for that. I do know it seems like I was in the same shirt for a lot of those things, even though it was at different points in time. You can tell my beard was different lengths in different pictures, but I had the same fucking shirt on somehow. But I was pretty creative.
That was funny, man.
I've had a lot of food incidents.
Jonathan, great job as always. There we go. Cam Man,
Thank you.
the link. I will pin
That's
that
pretty
post.
cool.
Let me pin that post right there. All right, it is pinned.
It started off, it felt like a Boston song or something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I dug it. Or maybe little Eagles, but yeah, it was cool. I liked it.
yeah, that's good stuff, man. Hell yeah, love it, man. Jonathan, and he's already working on another song. I don't know what song he's working on, but I'm sure it's going to be absolutely excellent, amazing. The chat seemed to really dig it. A lot of people are saying they want that on iTunes. They want that the audio version. So, Jonathan, good peeps, man. I haven't seen him in the chat, but I'm sure he's going to be happy to know Ryan reacted to it. So
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, heck yeah.
Weird Man Productions for 2. I liked Mando season 2 episode focusing on Bill Burr. There were some good points in that. Matthew Hammond for 5. The Lazarus Project British series that was picked up by TNT in the US is great. It's a sci-fi series. It's 24 meets Groundhog Day. I think I've seen some commercials for that. Disco Cobra for 2. Give it to him raw. Sir Hat for 2. Please review Butt Attack Punisher Girl Go to Man. Jesus Christ. I don't know what all these things are you're wanting us to review. Dirty underwear or some shit.
Yep. I guess so.
But I think, let me make sure. I think we're caught up. Scroll back up to these member messages. I think we're good there. I think we're good on Rumble too.
All right. So there we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, another Geeks Gamers Daily in the books. Hope you guys had a great time. We had a lot of fun. Best chat on the internet as always. And we got a Fortnite stream tonight for members. And so thank you for all the new memberships, especially not Hayden today, but shout out to Hayden as always. But Alec Baldwin's finger dropping that 50 and Gremlin dropping that 50.
Yeah.
Over 100 new members on this stream. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. Let's see. Disco Cobra just dropped one. Where'd it go? Keto with the 199, and we got Disco Cobra. I think it's a conspiracy that they keep getting your orders wrong. Maybe they secretly must know somehow what Ryan is the one ordering the food and purposely getting it wrong. Illuminati confirmed.
It's more than just random. Like it has to be more than just random. Because the amount of times it happens, including when I'm with people, no, their shit's fine, but mine's fucked up. It's more than just random, 100%. I don't know what the problem is, but yeah, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
There's another, I think there's another $2 from SBZ says, guess I'll get another written warning today. I guess so. Desirius for a gift membership. Thank you very much.
So yeah, make sure on the membership side, make sure you guys tune in tonight. We'll have fun. You guys were crazy last week on the member stream with all the support. It was amazing. So thank you. All right, guys. Have a great.
I saw Blake said in chat we didn't read his super chat. I don't know if we did or not. For $2, what's going down faster, Disney stock or Obama? Obama.
It's hard.
Probably.
It's a tough one to answer. It's a tough one to answer. Did you see where Tucker Carlson said probably left a bad taste in your mouth, huh? That's what he said. God.
Good. Sir Hat for 2, please any interspecies reviewers. Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. See you tonight on the Fortnite stream. Bye, everybody.